Ladies and gentlemen, in a world where relationships are often celebrated for their charm, beauty, and magnetic attraction, it is easy to forget that true love is not built on sparks alone. Attraction may be the spark that lights the fire, but respect is the wood that keeps it burning. Without respect, even the most intense attraction fades into ashes. Today, I want to talk about why respect matters more than attraction in a relationship. Attraction is powerful. It catches the eye, draws people closer, and often creates the first connection. But attraction alone is fragile. It is based on appearances, moods, and fleeting emotions. A smile, a gesture, or physical beauty may ignite attraction, but none of these guarantee trust, loyalty, or stability. Respect, on the other hand, is the foundation that allows love to survive the storms of time. Respect means valuing your partner as a human being, not just as someone who fulfills your desires. It means listening when they speak, honoring their opinions even when they differ from your own, and recognizing their worth beyond the surface. A relationship where attraction exists without respect soon turns toxic. But where respect exists, attraction often grows deeper, evolving into admiration and true partnership. Think about it. You may be deeply attracted to someone, but if they belittle you, ignore your feelings, or treat you as less than equal, that attraction eventually turns into resentment. On the other hand, when two people respect each other, even when attraction fluctuates, as it naturally does over time, they remain bonded by trust, dignity, and love that is stronger than appearances. Respect fosters security. It creates a safe space where both partners can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. It strengthens communication because both voices are valued, and it nurtures growth as respect allows partners to support each other's dreams, not suppress them. Attraction can open the door to a relationship, but respect is what keeps it from closing. So, let us remember this truth. Attraction may bring two hearts together, but respect keeps them beating in rhythm. In every relationship, whether it's between friends, lovers, or spouses, respect is not just important, it is essential. For when respect is lost, love is weakened. But when respect is alive, love only grows stronger. Attraction is temporary. Respect is permanent when we think about relationships. Most of us are drawn first to the idea of attraction. Attraction is exciting. It's the spark that makes our hearts race, the chemistry that pulls two people toward each other. It's powerful, and often, it is what brings people together in the first place. But here's the truth. Attraction, as strong and intoxicating as it may feel, is not permanent. It changes with time, with circumstances, and even with our moods. Respect, on the other hand, is steady, lasting, and far more important for the survival of a relationship. Attraction can be compared to the flame of a matchstick, bright, hot, and attention-grabbing, but also quick to burn out. Respect, however, is like the firewood that sustains the flame, keeping it alive for the long journey. Many relationships begin with attraction, but fail because they lack the foundation of respect. The reason is simple. Attraction alone cannot carry the weight of commitment, understanding, and emotional intimacy. Why is attraction temporary? First, because it is often based on the surface level, physical appearance, charming words, or even the thrill of novelty. Human beings change over time. Looks fade, habits evolve, life challenges appear, and the initial newness wears off. If a relationship is built only on the thrill of attraction, then as soon as these surface factors shift, the relationship begins to weaken. For example, a couple may feel passionately drawn to each other in the early months, but if they constantly belittle one another or lack mutual respect, that attraction quickly turns into frustration or even bitterness. Respect, however, looks deeper than the surface. Respect sees beyond the physical and admires the inner character. It values qualities such as kindness, honesty, resilience, and integrity. These qualities do not fade with time. They grow stronger. Respect means saying, I value you not just for how you look or how you make me feel in the moment, but for who you are as a human being. That is why respect is permanent. It is tied to a person's essence rather than temporary appearances. Another reason respect outlasts attraction is that respect nurtures admiration. While attraction may fade with time, admiration often grows. When you respect your partner for their intelligence, their values, their strength, or their ability to stand by you in difficult times, your appreciation for them deepens. You begin to love them not just with passion, but with gratitude. And this kind of love is the type that lasts through decades. Let's imagine two scenarios. In the first, a relationship is built only on attraction. It begins passionately, but soon small arguments turn into hurtful words. Neither partner respects the other's opinions or feelings. What happens? The initial passion fizzles out, leaving emptiness. In the second scenario, attraction is there at the start, but respect underlies the connection. Both partners treat each other with kindness, honor each other's opinions, and value one another's individuality. Even when the initial fire of attraction cools down, the respect keeps the bond alive. In fact, the attraction may return in deeper, more meaningful ways, because admiration fuels desire. This is why respect is permanent. It is not bound by age, looks, or external circumstances. Even as people grow older, lose the physical charm of youth, or face life's ups and downs, respect remains. It is the steady ground on which true intimacy is built. To conclude this keynote, attraction might be the spark that starts a relationship, but respect is the foundation that ensures it stands the test of time. If you want a relationship that endures, do not chase only attraction. Choose respect, because respect is the love that never fades. Respect builds the foundation of trust. Every meaningful relationship rests on one invisible pillar, trust. Without trust, love becomes fragile, and without trust, attraction loses its power. But here's the key truth. Trust is not built by physical beauty, charm, or passion. Trust is born from respect. When two people truly respect each other, trust naturally follows, and that trust becomes the strongest bond holding the relationship together. Think about it. What does trust really mean? Trust means I can depend on you. Trust means I believe in your words, your actions, and your intentions. It means I feel safe with you, safe to share my secrets, my weaknesses, and even my fears. And none of this can exist if there is no respect. If one partner constantly dismisses the other's feelings, breaks promises, or ignores boundaries, attraction may still linger for a while, but trust cannot survive. Respect is the soil in which trust grows. When you respect your partner, you value their voice. You listen when they speak, even if you disagree. You honor their boundaries because you see them as an equal human being, not as someone to control. You keep your promises because their trust in you matters. These small, consistent acts of respect are what build trust over time. Without respect, however, the relationship begins to crack. Imagine being with someone you are deeply attracted to, but who constantly interrupts you, laughs at your dreams, or disregards your feelings. How long could you truly trust them? Attraction may keep you tied for a moment, but soon resentment begins to grow. On the other hand, if someone consistently treats you with dignity, acknowledging your feelings, standing by their word, and valuing your individuality, you will naturally begin to trust them even more deeply than you are attracted to them. One of the greatest gifts respect gives to trust is security. Security doesn't come from attraction. It comes from knowing your partner will not intentionally harm you, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically. Respect provides that safety net. It ensures that even in disagreements, your partner will not humiliate you. It assures you that when you are vulnerable, your partner will protect your heart, not exploit it. This security creates an environment where love can flourish because love cannot survive in fear. Respect also teaches patience, which is crucial in building trust. Trust does not appear overnight. It grows gradually, like a tree that becomes stronger with time. Every time you show respect, by listening, by keeping a promise, by honoring your partner's feelings. You water that tree. Over months and years, it grows into unshakable trust. But without respect, the tree never takes root. Attraction alone is too shallow to sustain it. Let us take a simple example. Imagine two people who meet and feel instant attraction. Their connection is electric. But soon, one begins checking the other's phone out of jealousy, mocking their ambitions, or breaking small promises. What happens? The attraction that once felt so exciting now feels poisoned by mistrust. Now imagine the opposite. A couple who may not have explosive chemistry at first, but who consistently treat each other with respect, keeping promises, listening without judgment, supporting one another. Over time, trust deepens so much that the attraction between them grows stronger, because trust itself is attractive. In truth, trust is the invisible glue that holds love together, and respect is the only way to create and protect it. Without respect, trust crumbles, and with it, the relationship. But when respect is alive, trust becomes unshakable. To conclude this keynote, attraction might draw two hearts together, but respect is what allows them to trust one another. And trust, once established, creates a love that is not only beautiful, but unbreakable. Respect builds the foundation of trust, and trust makes love last. Respect strengthens communication. If attraction is what brings two people together, communication is what keeps them connected. But here's the truth. Communication cannot survive without respect. You can talk endlessly with someone you're attracted to, but if there is no respect in the way you communicate, words become weapons, conversations become battles, and love begins to wither. Respect is the invisible thread that turns ordinary conversations into meaningful connections, and it is the reason communication can strengthen instead of destroy a relationship. Attraction may spark a conversation, but attraction alone does not guarantee understanding. In fact, many relationships fall apart not because there was no love, but because there was no respectful communication. Think about it. What does disrespect in communication look like? It looks like interrupting your partner mid-sentence. It looks like rolling your eyes when they speak. It looks like belittling their feelings or dismissing their concerns with phrases like, "You're overreacting," or "That doesn't matter." These habits chip away at the relationship because they make the other person feel invisible, unheard, and undervalued. And when someone feels unheard, trust and love start to fade. Respect transforms communication. When you respect your partner, you listen, not just to reply, but to understand. You give them the space to express themselves without fear of judgment. You may not agree with everything they say, but you acknowledge their right to feel it and to share it. This simple act of listening with respect makes your partner feel valued, and in turn, they feel safe enough to open up more honestly. That honesty deepens intimacy far more than attraction alone ever could. Respect also influences how you speak. In respectful communication, words are chosen with care. Even during disagreements, respect prevents cruel insults or demeaning language. It doesn't mean avoiding conflict. Conflict is natural in any relationship. It means handling conflict with dignity. Instead of attacking the person, you address the problem. For example, saying, "I feel hurt when," instead of "You always make me miserable." Respect keeps the focus on resolving the issue, not tearing down the person you love. Another key way respect strengthens communication is by balancing it. In many relationships, one partner may dominate conversations while the other stays silent. Without respect, the louder voice takes over, leaving the quieter one unheard. But with respect, both voices are given equal weight. Each partner knows their words matter, their opinions count, and their perspective deserves space. That balance prevents resentment and builds unity because communication becomes a two-way street, not a one-sided monologue. Let's consider an example. Imagine a couple deeply attracted to each other. They enjoy spending time together, but every time one of them tries to discuss their struggles, the other dismisses it with jokes or changes the topic. Over time, attraction begins to fade, replaced by frustration. Now imagine another couple. Their attraction may not be fiery all the time, but when they talk, they truly listen to each other. They show respect by putting away their phones, maintaining eye contact, and validating each other's feelings. This simple respect in communication makes them feel connected, supported, and deeply understood. The result, their bond grows stronger with time. Respectful communication also creates resilience. In any long-term relationship, challenges will come: financial stress, family issues, health problems, or misunderstandings. When respect is present, communication becomes a tool to work through these challenges rather than a weapon to escalate them. Instead of silence or shouting matches, respectful partners engage in open, calm discussions, searching for solutions together. Respect allows both people to be on the same team, not opponents in a fight. To conclude this keynote, attraction may begin a conversation, but respect ensures that communication remains healthy, honest, and constructive. Respectful communication is not about winning arguments. It is about building understanding. It is not about proving who is right. It is about staying connected. And when communication is rooted in respect, a relationship becomes stronger, deeper, and more unshakable. Respect supports growth and equality. One of the most beautiful truths about love is that it should not just make us feel alive. It should also help us grow. A healthy relationship is not a cage that limits us. It is a garden that nurtures us. But growth and equality in a relationship do not come from attraction alone. They come from respect. Respect ensures that both partners are valued as equals and are free to pursue their individual dreams while building a shared life together. Without respect, love turns into control. With respect, love turns into empowerment. Attraction, by nature, is often self-centered. When you are drawn to someone, you are focused on how they make you feel. The excitement, the passion, the comfort. There is nothing wrong with this. Attraction is an important part of human connection. But attraction alone can sometimes blind people to the individuality of their partner. It can lead to selfishness. I want you because you make me feel good. Respect, however, shifts the perspective. Respect says, I value you not just for what you give me, but for who you are. I honor your individuality, your dreams, and your growth, even if they sometimes look different from mine. Respect creates equality in a relationship. Equality means that both partners have the same right to speak, to be heard, to make decisions, and to pursue their goals. In many unhealthy relationships, attraction may exist, but inequality dominates. One partner's voice becomes louder, their needs take priority, and the other is left in the shadows. Over time, this imbalance leads to frustration, resentment, and emotional distance. Respect is the antidote to inequality. When you respect your partner, you see them as an equal, not someone to dominate or control, but someone to stand beside. Respect also fuels personal growth. A respectful partner does not belittle your ambitions or laugh at your dreams. They support and encourage them. They push you to become the best version of yourself because they genuinely want to see you succeed, and this support works both ways. Each partner becomes the other's cheerleader, not their competitor. For example, imagine a couple where one person is passionate about starting a small business. An attractive partner who lacks respect may try to hold them back out of jealousy, fear, or insecurity. But a respectful partner will encourage them, offering support, advice, and belief. That respect creates growth, not just for the individual, but for the relationship as a whole. It's also important to understand that attraction can fade when growth is blocked. If one partner feels stifled, disrespected, or undervalued, resentment replaces desire. But when both partners feel respected, when their individuality is honored and their growth is celebrated, the attraction deepens because admiration is born. We are most drawn to people we admire, and admiration comes from respect. Equality in respect also prevents toxic power dynamics. In relationships where respect is absent, control and manipulation can sneak in. One partner may begin to dictate what the other wears, who they talk to, or what choices they make. At first, attraction may disguise this control as love, but eventually it suffocates the relationship. True respect never cages, it sets free. It allows both people to live authentically, knowing they are loved not for fitting into someone else's mold, but for being fully themselves. Another powerful effect of respect is that it makes both partners feel safe enough to evolve. People change over time. Their interests, careers, or goals may shift. In a relationship rooted only in attraction, these changes can create distance. But in a relationship rooted in respect, changes are embraced because respect says, I loved who you were yesterday, I love who you are today, and I will love who you are becoming tomorrow. That is the kind of support that allows two people to grow together rather than apart. To conclude this keynote, attraction may ignite passion, but respect creates equality and growth. Respect ensures that both partners stand side by side, not one in front and one behind. It celebrates individuality while building unity. It pushes both people to rise higher, not hold each other down. In a relationship, attraction might bring two people together, but respect is what allows them to grow together, and growth is what keeps love alive for a lifetime. Respect sustains love through time. Every relationship begins with energy, passion, and excitement. In those early days, attraction feels like magic. It creates butterflies in the stomach and makes ordinary moments feel extraordinary. But as time passes, the intensity of attraction naturally changes. Life gets busy, responsibilities increase, routines set in, and the fire that once felt unstoppable begins to flicker. Many people panic when this happens, thinking love has disappeared. But the truth is, lasting love was never meant to depend solely on attraction. What keeps love alive through the seasons of life is not the spark of desire. It is the steady flame of respect. Respect is the element that allows love to survive the tests of time. Attraction is influenced by external factors, looks, mood, and novelty. But respect is rooted in deeper qualities that do not fade. You may admire your partner's kindness, honesty, strength, or loyalty. These are not things that vanish with age. In fact, they often grow stronger. That is why respect sustains love even when the original spark feels dimmer, because it transforms attraction into admiration and admiration into enduring love. One reason respect sustains love is because it makes relationships resilient. Over time, every couple faces challenges, financial stress, health issues, family responsibilities, or personal struggles. Attraction alone cannot hold two people together when life gets tough, but respect can. When you respect your partner, you face hardships as a team. You don't see your partner as a burden. You see them as an equal, someone worthy of standing beside you in the storm. This unity keeps the relationship strong when attraction alone would have failed. Respect also creates patience, which is essential for lasting love. No partner is perfect. Over years, flaws, differences, and mistakes become clear. Attraction might overlook flaws for a while, but without respect, those flaws become irritations that erode love. Respect, however, brings understanding. It says, I see your imperfections, but I value you beyond them. I honor you as you are, not as I want you to be. This kind of acceptance deepens love because it creates a safe space where both people can be authentic. Another way respect sustains love is by preventing neglect. Many relationships fail not because the love disappeared, but because the partners stopped treating each other with respect. They stopped listening, stopped appreciating, stopped showing kindness. Attraction cannot survive neglect, but respect, when practiced daily, keeps love alive. A respectful partner remembers to say thank you, to listen with care, to honor commitments, and to show kindness even in small things. These consistent acts of respect become the glue that holds the relationship together year after year. Respect also ensures that intimacy matures with time. Physical attraction may ebb and flow, but emotional intimacy grows deeper when respect is present. When partners respect each other, they share thoughts, fears, and dreams openly. This emotional closeness creates a kind of intimacy that physical attraction alone cannot achieve. It keeps love alive not just in the body, but in the mind and soul. Let's imagine a couple who have been together for decades. Their youthful attraction may not be as fiery as it once was, but they still laugh together, listen to each other, and honor one another's presence. They still hold hands not out of habit, but out of genuine respect and admiration. Their love has matured, grown deeper, and become stronger with time, because respect has been its anchor. To conclude this keynote, attraction may light the fire, but respect keeps it burning. It sustains love when passion cools, when life becomes difficult, and when time changes everything else. Respect is the commitment that says, I will honor you, support you, and value you not just today, but for a lifetime. And that is why, in the end, respect matters more than attraction, because respect is the force that carries love through time. Ladies and gentlemen, as we've journeyed through these ideas together, one truth has become crystal clear. Attraction may open the door to love, but respect is what keeps that door from ever closing. Attraction is exciting, yes. It ignites the spark, creates the thrill, and brings two hearts together. But attraction is temporary. It shifts with time, with circumstances, and with change. Respect, however, is permanent. It is the foundation on which trust is built, the force that strengthens communication, the anchor that ensures equality. Thank you.